Hey, I'm doing this video again. I've been trying to do YouTube for so long. I think I was just like scared of putting myself out there. And it's time now. It's time. And I think my last video I said the same thing. But anyway, I'm doing a 100-day YouTube channel, a YouTube challenge where I post a video every day for 100 days. Yes, I am postpartum. You see this little baby? That's a little baby right here. 2 months. But I'm a busybody and I need something to do because I got laid off a year ago. Life be lifing. I know I'm not the only one, but I got laid off a whole year ago. I was climbing my career and I was like, this is it. Like, I was running a health tech accelerator, focused on early stage startup founders of color. And it was just a good thing. It was a vibe. Like, we helped them go from their idea to creating a minimum viable product. And, you know, like, it was just so much fun and having them work with labs and get their idea out. And here I am a year later on the other side of this, trying to flex my own entrepreneurial chops and trying to figure out, like, what is next? What is next? And, you know, I was like, you see the baby moving? I've been trying things, like trying to get online. Like, I was on LinkedIn, but you know how LinkedIn is anyway. Just trying to do some stuff. I even did a couple like YouTube shorts, but that took them down because I was like, I don't know what to talk about. Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I just like to get on here and watch the fashion girlies and people traveling and cooking videos and all that other stuff. And yeah, now it's my time to figure this out. And so I'm going to do it on YouTube. I'm going to document the journey. I'm going to have fun. You know, I had all the excuses like, I don't know how to edit videos. So this, y'all going to get an unedited video until I can figure out how to edit these videos. Cause I'm not gonna, no excuses. Okay. No excuses. We online, we're trying to figure this out. We'll do this together. I know I'm not the only person who is like, what are we gonna do next? I've seen tons of women who are online, because you know the algorithms give me women, you know, whatever, who have lost their jobs because they got laid off, and you know, over 35 and trying to figure out what next. And they came on YouTube and shared their journey, and I like listening to everyone's stories. So, yeah, we're doing this. Thanks for watching this video. I'm going to figure out what topics I'm going to talk about. I think it'll just come, you know, with clarity, you know, clarity, and keep talking. Like, I do my morning notes, you know, The Artist Way, that book. It's the same thing, the morning pages. You know, sometimes I do it like out loud, like on a voice memo, or I'm just talking to myself straight up. But I have the earpiece on, so y'all don't know. Y'all don't think I'm like losing it. Okay, no, I'm not losing it, at least not today, because I got 3 kids. And sometimes, anyway, what was I saying? I'm gonna figure out what this is going to be about. Like, before I was like, oh, I was in my corporate mindset, and I was like, okay, let's create a plan, and we're gonna do these type of videos, and we're gonna do this. And it was too stressful. Like, I could not do that, you know, knowing that I needed to show up. I wanted to show up, and I just could not do it with such restriction. And I wanted to have fun. Like, I'm trying to have fun. I want it to be a fun process. I think that'll help me show up instead of being like, this is what we're gonna do, and let's see what happens. Like, let me surprise myself. I'm also on Substack. I think that one's more like, we can create a plan, because I like to think and write. Fun fact, me and Zora Neale Hurston have the same birthday, so I feel like that's a sign. And then my best friend, she sent me, I have more than one best friend. Anyway, she sent me a copy of our high school essay contest. Your girl won first place as a freshman. And I'm like, oh, I like to write. I used to write. And then I was trying to chase this bag, and like so many things just dropped off. And now at the tender age of 40, that came quick. I mean, sunscreen, come on. Now at the tender age of 40 and getting laid off, it's like, what you gonna do, girl? What we gonna do? So I'm trying to figure that out, you know? the year I moved from one coast to the other, and I had a baby, clearly, and I had to unpack and find a new rhythm, find schools, all the things, and then I just had I was tired. I was tired. There's a lot of women who are just tired, and men just tired, going to the workforce and putting so much in and thinking that you're going to get so much out, and they're just like, deuces, your number, I'll see you later, AI is going to replace you, or I don't know, whatever excuse they want to give. And they're like, don't take it personal. These bills are personal. Yeah, the bills are personal. The time I put in is personal. The things I want to do for my family is personal. So yeah, it feels personal. And yeah, that's the other side of it. You have to gracefully be like, okay, thank you for the opportunity. The last 7 years have been amazing, blah, 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 blah. But then you sit down, or I was sitting down, I was like, oh my God, this is like a breakup. Like, I wanted to leave you before you left me. Like, how do we, So yeah, dealing with all of that, I think I'm in a much better place. I know I am, but I just didn't expect those emotions, even though I saw it coming. Like, I saw it coming. I was like, so y'all don't want to use this program that we made? And they didn't let me post about it or anything. And I was like, dang, like this is kind of crazy. Like, how am I supposed to move forward? And I think in that first year, when I should have completely been resting, I wasn't, because type A. A high energy, high achiever, all that stuff, high functioning. That's what I was looking for. High functioning person, just cannot sit still. And I think it was just like what are you gonna do? 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 You can't just sit down. You can't sit down. And I really wanted to sit down. And so I think it is a blessing that I got laid off in many ways, because I needed to be forced out, and I know I was going to leave. I just didn't know when. But I know I would not have left without something else lined up. And I don't know if that was going to be a job, because I think part of me was like, oh, maybe I'll just become a VP somewhere, or if I was just going to go straight entrepreneurial. I don't know, but I just know that I wasn't going to leave until I was ready, and I probably would have still been there, playing it safe. So I'm grateful for the push out the door in many ways, even though I'm irritated, because I'm like, I missed that check. I don't miss coming into the meetings. I don't miss signing in online. I don't miss having to be nice just for the sake of being nice on calls I don't want to be on. I don't miss the work that I didn't want to do, the training. I don't miss none of that, okay? Plus, it's hard to get into the office with kids. It is so hard. I remember, I would drop, at the time I only had two, drop them both off. I had to get up, get myself dressed, get them up, and they're just like, oh, I'm tired. I don't want to get up. I'm tired. And I'm like, oh my God. Make sure they eat, fix lunches, put them in the car, take them to school, hope that I didn't forget anything, and don't let it be like Teacher Appreciation Day. We get to get an extra gift or something like that. Drive all the way down to work. By the time I get there, I am exhausted. I'm tired. Then it was an hour in traffic to get back. Pick them up. Don't be late. And I'm just zooming through traffic, thinking what we going to do for dinner? Oh my God, don't miss it. I don't miss it. I don't miss it. And so this is my flexibility era. I don't have to go back in. I can kind of ask for what I want, which is, that's huge, to be able to sit there and be like, I'm not going to do this. And it's privilege. I'm not going to sit there and lie, because I'm married. And so we have another income, and I'm not worried about where am I going to live, all that other stuff. So that's not lost on me. We ain't rich though. Just want to put that out there. What was I saying? So yeah, I'm trying to figure out what next. And so this past year, I tried some stuff that was oh, this aligns with my resume. So let me just try this. Let me try to do the X, Y, and Z. And these doors were not opening, child. They were not opening like I thought they would open. And I know it's a different season, I guess, and things are just weird all along. But I thought oh yeah, I'll just go to this innovation center. They'll see this program that I did, and voila, they'll want to hire me. Why wouldn't you want to hire me? No. Then I was okay, I'll just start my own consulting business. Yeah, the LLC is up. It is up. And I'm like emailing people and people aren't emailing back. And I was like, oh, when you have a name behind like a big corporation, people respond. But when you don't, like, no. I just thought like, I thought it'd be easier. I thought it'd be easier. That's not true. That's not true, and that's wild. And I don't even want to sit here anymore and think about like, why is it? Why is it? I just have to move on and I have to find something new and open myself up to a new opportunity and figure out where I want to be and what I want to do. And I just know that had I been sitting in that corporate office still, I was not going to reach my full potential. Not just that particular office, but I think any office, because like, like I wasn't getting huge offers, or I think I was going to be tapped out. I was already tired. There's a lot of like other work you have to do. I did like that check that every 2 weeks, but I think there are more creative projects I can do. I think there is better money I can get. And I'm ready to, wake that other side of me up that was dormant because I had to be in this like rigid environment that didn't allow some sides of me to play like I want to play. And everybody has an opinion and like you have to go through all these layers, and I get that's how it works in the corporate space, but I ain't gotta do that anymore. Like I can actually like, this is this newsletter I want to put out, like this is what I want to do, this is what I want to try, and I can experiment and do tiny experiments. That's a book. I need to read that. Somebody recommended that to me. Look at this baby, she's so cute. I need to do like, I am doing tiny experiments. Like this video is a tiny experiment, trying to show up 100 days. Yikes. Even saying that, it's like, can you do this, girl? Like 100 days? Well, I mean, the good news is ain't nobody watching me like that right now. So that's wonderful. I could work on my thumbnail. I could work on just showing up. I could work on so many different things, and I don't have the pressure. And I think that's the beauty of this. And I could, I can have some fun. I can have some fun. And so I just want to get on here and just talk without having to have like a full agenda, full outline. Like maybe I'll have that later. I don't know. I've watched like tons of videos. Just in general, like I love to be on YouTube and like find something to watch. And I think watching like, before you do this, watch this. And like all those videos used to get me. They used to get me, okay? And so like, I'm like, okay, I need to do this. And I'm like, you just need to start. I think that people have a lot of advice, and sometimes it's good. And sometimes I think for a high achiever, it's too much. You just got to go out there and fail. Like, I don't understand like how you could like not make a mistake. These videos, like before you make the mistakes I made, like go make the mistakes. That's how you learn. Mistakes are data. If you keep being afraid to make a mistake, then you will not start, or you won't start well. So whatever, like the goal is not 1 million subscribers. The goal is just to have fun, get on here, be consistent, learn something new. If y'all want to learn something from me, I'm happy to share information. Like, why not? We ain't stingy over here. Plus, YouTube University is giving me so much. So, you gotta get back. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. What else I want to talk about? I guess just the feelings around my layoff, about just feeling upset, confused. That sat with me for a long time. I didn't feel shame though. Like, I don't feel ashamed. Embarrassed, yeah. I think I was like, oh yeah, your girl, she's me. Look at the good work I'm doing. Like, you're putting your heads down and you're like doing your work, and you're like, of course they're gonna keep me, and they like use me for projects till the very end. And I should have said no and just been like, deuces, once he told me I was getting laid off, whatever. used me to the very end, but like was not trying to keep me. And then you look around, you're like, how is so-and-so still there? But I had to learn that like your way is your way. Um, what's for you is not for everybody. And I had been literally asking for a break, like myself, God and myself. I was like, I'm tired, I'm tired, I'm tired. And I got the break. And so I don't want to spend the break thinking like, oh, woe is me. Like, no, we're not doing that. We're going to take the uncomfortable route of trying something different and doing something different. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm on here trying to do these 30-minute videos and just practice. And I know it's not going to be perfect, which is a big difference from me, like trying to be perfect all the time and, trying to think of the plan. I mean, I know Claudicia is tired of me, AKA Claude. I was like, what do you think about this, Claudicia? What do you think about this? She's probably like, girl, if you don't just stop talking to me and start. Also, when you're not working, like you realize how much time, hair's itchy. You realize like how much time you spend at work and around your coworkers. And so being at home, particularly as a new mom, not a new mom, girl, I'm 7 years in. But as a mom of a newborn again, like I forgot like you just be at home sometimes unless you were like really planning to get out with other moms. Like most of your friends, my friends are like working, so there's that. And so just trying to not get stuck in your own bubble and to be purposeful in putting yourself out there, doing whatever, just going to the library, going for a walk, making sure you just talk to other adults. I think that's important. And so I need to do that as well. I've been trying, but the first couple months, your body is tired. Like I had a whole C-section, so that's a thing. Like the whole first month, I was like, give me this ibuprofen and Tylenol. Like I am in pain. This is only month 2, so I think the fact that I'm getting around like this is like really good because I can't sit still. I'm trying different things. So, yeah, I wish I could deprogram myself faster and just rest more, but I think there's so much pressure to make money to live because the United States of America is not cheap. It is not cheap. And just to do certain things like just take your kids to get some ice cream outside and, maybe go to a nice swimming pool. Like some of these are entry fees and they add up. And so just wanting to do these type of things, you're just like, oh, I shouldn't spend because I don't have any money coming in because the severance package ran out, child. It ran out. And so did unemployment, which is laughable because it's literally like a small amount that is not going to pay rent. You can get you some groceries, depending how big your family is. But like, you're like, all this money I'm paying in taxes and I'm not getting that much back. Okay. So yeah, and I was trying, like hitting up people. I was like, is it because I'm doing cold contacts? Like, let me hit up my warm contacts. And it's been hard to ask for help because you're like, let me figure it out. But I think part of it is like adjusting my mindset and saying like I would help other people and people want to help. But people are so busy that you have to hit them up multiple times and that feels like a nuisance and a burden. And I think you just have to work through it and be like, remember when you were busy, super busy like that? I mean, I still am busy because like staying at home, the dishes, the laundry, all the stuff never ends. But knocking on doors for and asking for help is difficult, even though I've been trying and I know like I'm not the only one trying and doing and asking. And I think it's just a crazy different time right now. I think that things would be moving differently if so many people didn't get laid off and there weren't so many stressors and all those things. But the flip side to that is there are so many different ways to still try to make a living, to try to create, to um, build a business, all those things. So, got to think of it that way too. Um, I am on Substack. I did say that, and I'm having fun over there. So on Substack, I am also writing about my life, motherhood, kind of documenting it, and taking like the a health angle, because it's fun, and I would have been looking up stuff anyway. That's just how my mind works. Like, is this the best sunscreen I should use? Or like, we just did a kids entrepreneurship fair, which is perfect because, like I used to run an accelerator program. I'm like, you're going to get these lessons, girl. You're going to get these lessons. I have all girls. I was like, you're going to get these lessons. But mostly because a couple reasons. Like, first, she was like, I don't like math. I don't like math. I was like, girl, I don't like math either. Just kidding, just kidding. I was like, I remember saying like I did not like math when I was growing up, and so I would take like the most basic math courses, and like science, I just avoided it like the plague. I was like, science for non-majors, please. That's what I did in college. I ended up with a political science degree. See how that works? And all of my career was in a STEM fields, which is so funny. So I had political science and communication. That's the 2 degrees I graduated with from undergrad. And so, I was working on energy policy, writing speeches for the assistant secretary at the Department of Energy. So just really sciencey stuff. But the underscoring skill set is like communicating, but communicating differently and like writing for other people. And it was not like, let's have fun, let's throw a joke in there. Like I tried, I really did. And then working like with startups and labs, doing like really technical writing. So yeah, like I tried to run from STEM, and STEM was like, baby, come hither. You and me, we belong together. Okay. So my daughter was like, I don't like math, because like I would have her do these worksheets and she's like staring out, and she's like this. I'm like, girl, come back. Come here to the table. Is it the worksheet? Like before, she used to be there with me doing things, but I think, I know the data says like right around like second grade, like we lose them. Come back. But she was counting his money because she wanted us dollhouse. And I was like, well, if you want a dollhouse, like I'm not, you got to earn it. Because you're expensive. You got to earn it. And I can see her coming back when we did the fair. Let me know if y'all want me to talk about that. All 3 of y'all. I'm happy to tell you how I like set up her little slime kit stand, and how I thought about the idea, how I researched it. These are things I would have been doing anyway. So like, I'm just going to put them on the internet and share, and maybe people can come along with the journey as well. But I can see her learning how to count and see the relevance of what she was learning, because I was like, we got to carry this one. But I think they call it base 10 now, math in school, base 10, which is essentially similar, but they teach it differently anyway. Mental math, I could see her being like, okay, I see why I need to do this. Like I need to learn. And she loved giving people change with her little cash register. She loved giving people change. I was like, it's not just the exchange of things. Like you're giving them, their change, like how much money you owe them. So like her slime kit was $10, and somebody passed her 20 and she give it back. But my girl, she was like, I need cash. I'm also trying to explain like electronic payments, but I think kids need to see things physically in order to understand. And so like taking her to do this kids business fair, and like I'm gonna sign her up for other fairs, has been like this whole experience, because you're talking to people, and like this mom was trying to haggle. I was like, girl, I'm not mad at you for haggling, but come on, the price is the price. Come on, like all this effort to like buy these utensils. This is the first time we're doing it. So like that's the seed money. Her daddy gave her seed money to start her little business. Like pay this $10. But she had 3 kids. So I'm not even mad at her for haggling. I gave her a little deal. That's a side lesson. I'm trying to teach my daughter to be like, the price is a price. The price is a price. Okay? But we're going to learn how to haggle once we figure that out first, later. It's just in our roots, you gotta get a good deal. Anyway, so working with her on that. And I document that on like Substack. I might talk about it over here too. I think it's a lot of fun. Just anything motherhood related to being like, I had this baby at 40. I'm 40. That came quick too. I also have a NICU baby. 150 days in the NICU. I can talk about that. That was one hell of a ride. One hell of a ride. But she's amazing now. She's amazing now as well. And you know, I had gestational diabetes. I gotta get tested again to see if I still have diabetes. Because once you have it 3 times, baby, they were like, you are at high risk for having diabetes. And I was like, me, but I'm in shape. I am doing all the things. My diet isn't terrible. Even though these cookies and brownies and any baked good, the baked goods be calling me. The baked goods be calling me. Anyway, my dad has it, so you know it's in the family. I could talk about that and how I like manage that during the pregnancy, and how I'm trying to clean up my diet afterwards, because I think, it's important to have a good diet postpartum for like your mental health, but also like I'm trying to fit my clothes. I'm trying to fit my clothes again. I've been wearing my husband's shorts. Even that's getting a little too tight, okay? I'm not even gonna lie to you. It's getting a little too tight. I have pregnancy jeans on right now because I need that stretch in the midsection. I do got like a little bit more shape, and I'm here for that. I'm here for that. But I would like to just wear my jeans from not too long ago, and I have to work on that. I have to work on that. I was trying to do Pilates, and like my stomach is still sore. It's still sore because a C-section is a major surgery. I've had 2 C-sections and 1 vaginal, and I don't see how women elect C-sections. Like the recovery, terrible, terrible. It is very painful. It is a very unnatural experience to be sitting there laying like this while they cut you open. And I'm awake for the whole thing. I know that you are cutting me open. I know that you're cutting me open. I could feel the pressure of you trying to get that baby out. It is terrible. It is terrible. I'd rather push a baby out. But because I had so many high risk factors, they recommended a C-section. And I was like, well, let me go with the data. Let me go with the recommendation, particularly since my previous pregnancy was so traumatic. I was like, let me just do the conservative thing. Okay, like y'all think this is the best bet, so I didn't have to like attempt to push out the baby and then get stuck. I have to go C-section. Like I have things to share. I have things to share. Like I'm curious to see how this channel is gonna unfold. I have things to share that I didn't get to share because I was too busy doing these reports and paperwork and living my corporate life, and that was fun. I had some fun there too, but I think that there's another side of me that needs to breathe. Another side of me that needs to breathe. I need to get some air because I didn't get to give it some attention in the way that it deserves to get some attention. And we're going to do that. We're going to do that. Maybe. Depends. Let's see what comes of this. And yeah, let's see what this journey is going to be like. Y'all, I'm so hyped because little baby let me talk for 30 minutes. We were talking. Like, this is great. That's another thing. Like, I was like, I want to start this channel. I want to do X, Y, and Z. And, and I was like, so rigid. That's my robot move. When I was so rigid, it is so hard because like the baby, I got kids. I can't be taking advice from people on the internet that don't have 3 kids, that is not, within the same age range, that doesn't have like a similar experience. And I can't do that. So like all y'all 20-something-year-olds that are just like, you gotta post, you gotta do this. I'm like, I can't do that. Like I gotta make dinner I gotta start thinking about dinner at like 4:30 before these kids get here at 5. 4:30 is late, 4 o'clock. Okay, unless I'm just throwing some chicken nuggets in the air fryer. Okay, I can't do that. or this baby might be up, or I might have a rough night because she was up at 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm over here watching TV and waiting for her to sleep. So I have to move differently and recognize that, how I'm moving it may not look like how other people are moving. Also, I just want to try something different. Like I see a lot of people doing the same thing online, and I get it. You want to do what works, and sometimes what works don't work for me, and I think that's the beauty of it, is like you get to produce something different that everybody else isn't doing, because what works in your life is just going to look different, and you get to be creative about it. And if you want to be online and be consistent and all that other stuff, you have to do it around your lifestyle, and that naturally is going to create a different path for you. So here we go. I'm going to post this. I don't even think I'm going to edit it. I think I'm just going to post it as is. I did see this editing software, AI editing software, where you can like edit out the words, and I'm going to try that. I'm gonna try that. Maybe not today, because I want to just get the ball rolling. Let's roll this ball. Let's see. Let's get used to talking to the camera. Let's see what comes out naturally. Let's see how I organize my thoughts. If anybody's watching this, like, thank you. Thank you for watching. And if I said something where you're like, oh, I want you to talk more about this and this, I'm happy to do that. That'll help me kind of figure out, like, okay, what does my audience want to hear about? But also, like, what do I want to talk about? How do I want to play and have fun? I think that's also a balance that I want to strike here. So, like, doing both. Okay, I'm proud of myself for showing up. I'm proud of little baby for letting me talk. I will see y'all tomorrow. We're doing this 100 days. Oh my God, this is crazy. Bye.